to annoy me then was our sales executives. I wouldn't say annoying per se, but what used to puzzle my mind was how sales executives thought that they could pitch to anyone. You see there are some people that when you look at them, you know that this person can never buy this. It's not an insult, it's just how the person is. Like, you know, this person cannot. You just know there's something they call spirit of discernment. You can just discern it within yourself. But you see sales executives wasting flyers, but these flyers, you know, when it comes to business, there are some things I don't really want to go into, for flyers, you know, there are some street companies, you have to be very careful with the way you do flyers. I think it's very important for us who don't know already to know there are basically 4 types of drone buyers. Now, in the large markets, there's a pyramid subdivided into 4, and we are using the context of 100%. You want to know why? Because they don't use to, anybody that brings his car to a mechanic shop has almost half the OD in that place. Some of them are bored. It's like a psychological thing. Like, that was a thing I used to do then, and funny enough, it was quite close to our workplace. A lot of people didn't know about it. So in my mind, I just kept it to myself. But just because I don't like what this whole you are hiding, so sometimes I used to tell people that I feel like, okay, this one I have some. Because the shop is big now. Sometimes it works for you, it doesn't work for me. So personally for me then, I used to like targeting those kind of spots. Because you see big men with their cars. Most times you don't see big men bring their cars, maybe it's their drivers. But maybe if love shines on you, you go there, they don't have any reason to rush. Sometimes they are even happy that you are there to educate. Now, you know it is very, very important for you as a realtor to actually have content. Like you share, like posting content. A lot of realtors that make cash, that make sales, are actually through content. There are actually 2 basic ways that realtors make money. The first one is partnership. That's God blesses you, just meet somebody. You're like, oh, let me partner with you. Then the person brings clients for you. That's a very good way of making cash, because sometimes it's just that, let's assume you told your partner that, so just because out of desperation, you were telling that client that you were so desperate to make your first sale. So you're like, okay, you know what, I'll give you 70%, me, I'll take you 30%. It will not, it's good though, don't be greedy per se, but it doesn't feel the same as when it's 100. I don't know if someone, or maybe let's say, even 50-50 doesn't feel the same way. Like building rapport, you ask questions. You are being not just sympathetic, you are quite empathetic. It's almost as if you are placing yourself in their shoes. So a lot of people tend to appreciate that. You ask questions, and I was saying something about asking very deep questions. You have to ask questions that will make them feel very uncomfortable. Like, some of them will be like, why are you asking me? Like, there's some question you ask, maybe you can ask him that, yeah, those kind of questions. But those are deep questions. But I mean deep questions that will make them feel like, why is this person? Because do you know why you're asking very deep questions? Because it's giving you more reason to. Please, when I say deep question, I don't mean awkward deep questions. I mean like there are questions that are very realistic, they are reasonable, but they are deep. It's like you're trying to get into the person's head. It's not everybody that will feel comfortable with that. That's why it's not everybody that will sell, that will buy from you. Advertising your product and services. You try and give them a general knowledge about real estate. You know, talk to them about things. And it's not just about talking things. There are a lot of people online that pitch real estate. A lot of people actually, but it's all about how deep, how profound, how good, like how authentic and how profound, like I said, your message is. And another thing that I really want you guys to note is anytime you want to maybe advertise online, try using numbers. 5 ways to 6 things to 8 things, 9 ways you can kind of makes it brings some form of limitation. Like it's like it focus, yeah, it makes it easier, and it kind of it brings a sense of curiosity.
For someone can gain like much visibility to players.
First of all, I didn't say it's not that important. What I said was the chances of you actually getting someone to buy from flyers is low. It's relatively low. Let me not say low, but it's low actually. Because the reasons why almost everybody tends to buy from me is because number one, they know you, number two, they trust you. And remember, I told you that there are some times, as grace will have it, will actually work for you. In the sense that sometimes immediately, I mentioned my first year, I gave someone a flyer, and then from there I looked at it, and then, but there are sometimes some people after a few months they will call you that okay, maybe maybe the information gatherers. Sometimes some people collect flyers just to compare. That this one. Have you ever met someone that will collect your flyer because your own is cheaper, they will not buy from you? They invest in Caterpillar extension. These are big men that have money. 50 million to some people is small thing. You understand? So that's why you as a person too, you have to look the parts. No, you have to have something. So going back to that flyer thing, it's not as if it doesn't work, just that actually it's very low. You understand? That's why people that make sales are not necessarily people that make flyers.
What does that mean? Who understands it? The whole phrase.
Setting up when you're discussing with clients, make sure to set up dates and time as well.
You know what? There's a way you talk to someone on the phone. Okay, teaching you how to talk to people on the phone. When you call them, and they'll tell you, "Can you call me back next week?" You say, "Okay, so I'll call you back next week." Okay, bye. And that's it. Next week when? Do you get that? It's very, very important. You have to know exactly what time. If they're telling you, "Come," they're trying to put you off, obviously.
You've been persistent without doing the best. Now, give the prospect a chance to call. A good rule of thumb is a half a day. 4 hours is plenty of time and space for the prospect to call you, and more importantly, it doesn't make you look desperate or annoying. Here is what you can say. Debbie, it's Emmanuel from KY Adado Properties. I called you a couple of times today, but as of yet, we have not been able to connect. When we last spoke, we were concerned about the contract expiry date and the content of some of the payments. I am sure you don't want that date to come and go. Get back to me.
Amen. What do you think about the text?
Payments, why is payments here?
It's just a general, we're assuming that you are chasing the client on the second installment or payment by installment. Okay? That's why you are calling. So now you are trying to call and you have not been able to connect. Now I like the last paragraph. Well, he said if there's no response by then, you probably won't get one, but at least you still get this stab at it. Then the way you chase these clients, you give them 3 business days apart, call again. Do you understand? 3 after business days apart again, you call. 3 days, or not 3 hours. 3 days, you call again. Okay, you have a question?
Yeah. So is there a point where we give up?
If you call back next time after 3 days, the person, you again, Michael, I've told you not to be calling me. Why are you calling me? Sir, I said let me try my luck. I thought to be in a better mood today. I really want us to talk. Talk about what? I don't have anything to talk with you. I'm not interested in buying a property. You will just see someone driving a good car. You'll be chasing the person up and down. I'm not interested. It's like you're scared. You will meet them now.
You not met them?
They don't meet them. No, leave them. You will meet them. People that their village people are following. You will meet them all. I'm getting my job here is to get you ready for the marketplace. Okay? Don't be scared. It can just be once in 2 years you'll be this kind of person. But sometimes it looks as if you'll be meeting them every day. Just go and pray. But one thing I like about sales and marketing is that somebody can just come spoil your day. One sale that you make, you forget that somebody was spoiling your day. But don't focus on all those type of people.
Explain yourself. Let me give you an example. There was when I started in the real estate industry, I was so keen to make sales. And there was this particular woman whom I tried pitching to, and subsequently car developed a fault while she tried igniting it. So what I was doing was I was helping her to carry battery to go and fix engine if they want to buy something. All in the hope of, oh, this guy is a nice guy. Let me, maybe. Now, I'm not saying you should not be nice. What I'm saying is that you should be smart. Know that you are the one helping them. They are not the one helping you. Obviously, they are helping you by the commission to get, but you're actually helping them more in the long run because you are helping them to get their green homes and stuff like that. So in the context where you might be thinking, oh, let me be over nice, smile too much. Smiling too much does not necessarily work. Being over nice does not necessarily work. No, I'm just saying it because of this point that she made as regards. You see the ones that appear nice to you, that give you this kind of hope that this person is smiling back at me. They are the ones that they are even worse.
They are users.
Why the ones that are sometimes more hostile end up being the ones that are. So basically, my point is don't try and subject yourself so low that you start doing their biddings. I don't think you understand this.
Thank you. Nobody should laugh, encourage them. And then another thing, I can notice that somebody will be talking. You people are not doing encouraging words. As a salesperson, you should be doing yes, okay, that's right.
But
right,
your clients won't be encouraging you that way. You're supposed to
You're
supposed to make
pitch
it
like we are meeting somebody for the first
realistic,
time.
like
We
it's
don't know the
actually
person.
pitching to a client.
Yes.
So we can't
Okay, the reason why you didn't say anything is because you were not impressed with what you were saying.
no, like
No,
we-
that's
we-
what you don't know. When you say that,
he's trying to pitch to us, the clients, right now. So we can't be like encouraging.
encouraging.
Yes.
Okay.
But we want to know what he is
What he has to say.
Okay. So let's see how it goes. Well, I don't really want it to be more like a pitch. I don't want you to get because pitches can.
Like
The
what I
audience
mean
can
is
be-
not you pitching, but how would you address or how would you want us to address the boss so that he can be impressed by what we do? Like you said, you don't want him to be disappointed when you do something.
You try and
So
make that
just
very
do us more expo.
right. Okay, now when he comes, you have to do eye service. That means you have to do good work. You understand? The only way you can be friends is when you are really killing it. You understand? Good afternoon. Don't focus too much on him. Good afternoon.
Yes, my name is Fauzia Ahmed, and I'm from one of Abuja's most reliable and trusted real estate companies, Lewa Adalu Limited. Now, what are we all doing? Like I said, we're a real estate company, and we bring you amazing lands and properties. But most importantly, we bring you value and opportunities. Now, let's talk about our secured locations. We have 5 locations. First, our first location is Asokoro Extension, which is sold out. So then we have Asokoro 2, we have Lupe, we have Idu, and we have Katapia Extension. So for our square meters, we start from 200 square meters up to 1,000 square meters. And then we have flexible repayment plans. You can make your first payment, then we spread it out in over 6 months, then you can pay the rest. And then for our amenities, we have recreational areas, 24-hour power supply.
Stop calling names, please.
Okay.
I'm here to give you an offer. I know you will like it.
Okay.
Yeah, with a flexible payment plan.
Okay.
So we have a lot of land in Katapia Extension, UK, and Asoko Road. With a flexible payments for your future, for investments like banking, land banking, and for your future investment.
They are all located in a secure location. First of all, let me start with our property, our location of our property. We have the location of our properties, which are in Asoko 2, Katapia Extension, and Asoko behind that valley, was almost sold out.
After bringing a client, sitting him down, making him uncomfortable, and I'll introduce myself. I'm Debbie Zaan, and I'll be teaching you in two of our properties. First locations, we have one in Italy Extension, Asoko Extension, and then Asoko Road. And we have properties in still working on that. So for the square meters, we have 250 square meters, 350, 300 square meters, 500 square meters, and 1,000 square meters.
My name is Abdullah Hamza. I'm a BDM in EY Properties, a trusted partners in building dreams and creating lasting values. At EY Properties, we offer various properties and lands. We have at Katampe Extension, Idu, Asoko Road 2, a really new location, and we have in Lugbe, but it's not really processed, it's all FCD approved, so you don't need to be scared of getting scammed or anything. We have square meters from 200 square meters down to 1,000.
What do you feel when you hear about investing in properties? What comes to your mind? You might be scared you might get scammed, or the CLO or RMO is not going to be genuine, but when you come to AY that is property, you have to come safely. They are there to give you all the steps in the way. So we have products ranging from locations ranging from Idu, that is Asoko Extension, Katampe, Idu, and Lugbe, so they have nothing to worry about. And our square meters are ranging from 200 square meters all the way to 1,000 square meters. The prices are flexible. The payment plan are actually flexible. You can make a half payment, and then the remaining payment can be spread within the time limits you'll be given, of which is a flexible time limit.
My name is Emmanuel Wakonko, and I am a business development manager with EY Adali Properties, one of the best real estate companies in Nigeria. You can go and verify that. So, I would like to talk about our offers. We actually have properties, standard properties in strategic areas that I am very sure that you people will be interested in. And some of the locations are Asoko Road 2, Lugbe, and Katampe Extension. The sizes of these landed properties are actually from 200 square meters down to 2,000 square meters.
We specialize in selling lands, houses, and so on. Especially we give luxury properties in prices, locations, we offer a very cheapest and greatest investment for you. We all welcome those are planning for them.
Because maybe I've been hearing all this information from other real estate companies. So what are you telling me now? That will convince me in the next maybe 1 hour, I will just transfer money to you without even going to the site or without seeing your office. Maybe based on what you convinced me and the quality I'm getting, assurance and all of that. So please, can you add more like to me, or just you met me, but how can you entertain me to go for the transaction?
Good afternoon, sir. My name is Ahmed. I'm a video manager here at the Providers. I'm here to give you some offers for real estate investment for the future. The best investment in the world is for land investing.
That's not a good investment. This Katampe Extension, I don't need to say too much about it. This is Katampe Extension. Everybody in Abuja knows what Katampe Extension is. Our Katampe Extension is immediately after Equal Estate. And that place, immediately you enter, there are so many developments around it. If you buy it today, you can start doing it today.
Make sure that the document of that location is genuine, there's no any scam or afraid of. And then another thing is, that place you are buying, there's no double allocation. That's another challenge that a lot of people don't know. So we don't tend to do double allocation because we are not here to make money. We are here to build the company to go far. You understand? So we are changing the narrative of real estate in Abuja. And then if we are building a software where any person who bought a land in our in our locations where he can download the application and click, and he will see his name and the plot number we gave him. So even if we gave it to another person, if you check, you gave me plot 551, but the name is Abdullah. Maybe in the next 1 week, if we are trying to maneuver it, we change it to another person. You can still check it the next 1 week to see if we are changing it to another person. That is some advantages that you can use to sell for people. And what I'm telling you is not that I'm just saying. This is what we are creating. We are creating that also. They get better, very well. But Yatu also has presented herself in a way that she's not selling for people that don't know about real estate. She's selling for people that. But this show, African International Housing, is not for people that don't know real estate. That knows Abuja. So you have to explain to them from the beginning, and then the way you were explaining Caterpillar, you were convincing me to buy. But now, don't tell me that everywhere you know Caterpillar. You have to say Caterpillar is one of the diplomatic zones where all the diplomats are. Foreigners here. So if you go to topography, the location is very, very well. You did very well. Even you, I was surprised. You did very well. The only thing is you don't have information. But the way you are presenting your talking, I like it. But you don't have information. You cannot be telling what you don't know, because I would if I saw you doing this, I would say, please go and sit down. Just that I help them move tables and all of them. Don't say anything because they are going to tarnish our image. You understand? Because they are asking the square meters, even though you guess it's like 1,000 square meters, but that's not how to present yourself. You get what I'm saying? So, but let's see how it will end.
Sure, they'll get better.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.